Hello, new way for BritishHeavyMetal.com here. I've got a real good one for you today, a bit of a surprise, or certainly was a surprise to me. Wraith and the Fortune Teller's Gaze. Before I tell you all about it, if I could ask you first please to subscribe to the channel, because that'd be marvellous and a big help. So please do that if you would for me. Right, excuse me. Discovering new bands that you've not heard of before, it's always fun, right? You never know what you're going to get. And it's especially fun when they turn out to be as good as this one is. You know, the Fortune Teller's Gaze is Wraith's debut album. It was originally released back in 2004, though it's had a recent reissue to mark 20 years, as I read. And I found it by accident a couple of weeks ago whilst I was watching a news story on YouTube. And you know, down the right-hand column there's all that watch next stuff and whatnot. Anyway, one of the thumbnails caught my eye and thought that looks interesting. Looks like it might be an interesting album or something to check out. So clicked on it, clicked on the album cover there, and you know, when I did that, I started watching a video for one of the songs off Fortune Teller's Gaze. I can't remember which one it was, doesn't matter, but it was damn good. Oh yes. Heavy, scorching power metal with, I thought, and still think after listening to it more times, there's a strong new wave of British heavy metal influence going on as well. I'd describe it along the lines of, say, Halloween, Diamond Head, Tigers of Pantang, Raven, and sort of like late 1970s style Judas Priest all mashed together. So I thought, I've got to get myself a copy of this. Managed to track it down on Sonic Age Records, which is one of my main go-to places for more obscure stuff. And what arrived in the post a few days ago was the original 2004 version, not the 20th anniversary version, but I'll get to that later. And let me tell you, what a monster of an album this is. It really is. Crushing, gut-wrenching, heavy riffs, cut and slash freely throughout. The solos all fit the songs very well, and when the solos are flying, we've got huge churning rhythm guitars underneath it, bigging up the sound. We've got galloping bass lines, big drums, big vocals, big everything. Great stuff. War in the Sun, the title track, and Dragon Riders, you know, Take No Prisoners, towering trio of songs to start the album. Marvellous, marvellous. Watching Over Me gives the pace a bit of a breather from that onslaught, being slightly melancholic ballad, but it's still got some bite to it as well. Really well arranged. Then it's straight back into the heavy stuff with a fast, speedy duo of Millennium Horror and Wraith. Wraith's got really galloping, catchy chorus to it as well. Shameless Desires is punchy and catchy. High Hopes, dark and powerful, as is Tempted by Death. Then we've got the 8 minutes of Ancient Tales, and this one goes into full-on power prog with the big chords and the scorching solos, and some almost folksy pastoral bits chucked in there as well. Indeed, the booklet that came in the CD for Ancient Tales even remarks that there is a medieval section, would you believe? So goes all fluty and whatnot. It's brilliant when it all fits together really well. And on this original version of the album, there's a brilliantly bonkers cover of Elvis Presley's Burning Love. I'm not sure if that's on a reissue or not, but it's mad. It's mad, right? But anyway, most impressed indeed with Wraith. So I checked out their website to learn a little bit more about them, and find that they formed in 2000, you know, break of the millennium, and so released Fortune Teller's Gaze. A second album called Minions of Metal came out in 2006, and then they just disappeared for 20 years or so. But the website indicates that they are now working on a new album, and that's going to be titled The Devil's Songbook. I certainly most strongly recommend that you check out Fortune Teller's Gaze. The anniversary edition, the 20th anniversary edition, is listed as available through Wraith's shop on their website, so I'll put a link to that in the description. There's a CD version and a limited edition vinyl version. You'll probably find it in other places if you look around. As for digital, if that's your bag, I found it on Amazon, the original version, I think it is, to stream, or MP3 or whatever the hell it is. So I'll put a link to that as well underneath, in case that's your format of choice. Quickly on some new wave of British heavy metal news. Sorry, my throat's a bit blocked up today. The new album from Tokyo Blade is due out tomorrow, I believe, so it should be arriving through my letterbox shortly after that. And as soon as it does, and I've spun it, I'll put up a review. But in the meantime, don't miss out on Wraith, because it's this Fortune Teller's Gaze is marvellous stuff. Right, so that's it. Please subscribe to the channel before you go, that'd be great. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and take care.